we continue with location-based components. Therefore, I welcome Tobias Hann from vooch. Vooch is a Vienna-based startup. And I'm excited about the speech. Thank you. Welcome, Tobias.
Thanks for the introduction there. And vooch. We're an Austrian-based startup, so I came all over from Vienna, which is not that far. So it's great to be here. Thanks for the invitation. And what I'm going to share with you is, first of all, what vooch is, because it's probably a little bit new to you. And then what are the key learnings that we did, that we learned from building a location-based app. So vooch is a location-based mobile advertising solution, and our aim is to drive customers to stores, so existing customers or new customers. And our merchants or retailers that use our system don't need any hardware software at their point of sale. We use location-based redemption process to control the redemption of coupons. And with this, we can increase the coupon redemption rate quite significantly. Obviously, our target group is quite young, so 15 to 35 years old. An advertiser that wants to reach this target group can use vooch. So this is the first. We actually use the location part twice in our application. The first usage is when you start the application, you have a category list of different categories. And if you select one, you get a result list with coupons from surrounding. So that's pretty straightforward. You get coupons from your location. Obviously, we need location for this. And this is also, as we heard before, it's kind of the pull-based approach. We don't push coupons, we don't annoy people, but they have to request the coupons. The second step where we use location info is when the user redeems a coupon. So if you redeem a coupon, there are two alternative scenarios with our system. The first is you're not close at the location where you could redeem the coupon. In this case, you get the info from the application which tells you, please go to the location in order to redeem the coupon. The other scenario is that you are close to the location, and then you can activate the coupon, which gives you the picture of the coupon. You present it to the waiter or the cashier and get a reduction. So this location controlled redemption process enables us to just increase the redemption rate because you are not able to activate coupons when you're not near the location. Obviously, when we had this idea last summer, we quickly became aware of that we need location info, and just having GPS information from certain phones is not enough. So when you're an application provider like you are or are, there are a couple of alternatives. So it's not only Skyhook, but there are a couple of alternatives that you could use for getting location. And I have here a little overview, actually, of different services, different service providers. And I would like to briefly cover them here for you. So the first one is OpenCellID. It's a database of a lot of cell towers, it's 400,000, and worldwide. The good thing is it's free. The bad thing is it's kind of inaccurate, and you only get the location from one cell. So not very accurate. Then you could, of course, talk to mobile operators and ask them to provide the location info. This is always very individual. You have to negotiate with operators. Interestingly enough, in Austria, operators don't do this. So this was an alternative for us, but it is possible in Germany. The problem is it's expensive. You have to pay for every location request for your application. Then there are three more alternatives. The first one, Google Gears. So all the Google Maps applications that are available on many different devices use Google Maps here, and they have their own technology, and it's quite good. You can use it for free, but the downside is it's only available for Windows Mobile 6 and Android devices, and also for Windows Mobile it's only browser-based, so it's not very common here. Then there's Amazon and Sky Wireless. I don't have to talk about Skyhook, we've heard it before. And Amazon is kind of an alternative. They're covering quite a lot of platforms too. From our experience, and I'll just switch to our experience. Navigon is okay if you want to use it countrywide. It's not as accurate as Skyhook, especially in cities, in downtown areas, because as Skyhook drives around, they're just more accurate. Also, what's interesting to see is on different platforms, so where Symbian, mobile, Android, and iPhone, location accuracy varies between providers and also between platforms. So it's not always the same quality that you get. And from a development point of view, it's very simple to get to the native location for Android and iPhone. It's more difficult if you have to use the SDKs of location providers, so for example Skyhook or Amazon. That's also one reason why we haven't launched our Amazon XDRs or Symbian app yet. We're also asked to talk a little bit about how to make money with this kind of system, how to monetize location-based services. And what we're currently doing is getting negotiations or doing negotiations with advertisers obviously, and building a B2C platform, so try and get user base, consumers. And this is hard to do because we have to work on both sides. So what we believe is that in the future, specialization is going to be key, which means that, for example, Aki, they specialize on getting the users on board, and companies like us who specialize on getting advertisers on board, and via a third-party API provide coupon content to other platforms. And to end our presentation here, the key learnings, the key takeaways from launching a mobile application. First of all, we came from a web path, and it's easy to develop there. It's hard to develop for mobile because we have lots of different platforms, which means a lot of work, believe me. Also, location-based content needs to be available for the users everywhere where they could use the application. We launched in Vienna and surrounding Santa Fe. This is our beta phase, and we are focusing on Vienna. Users don't care. If they can download the application somewhere in Austria, in Carinthia, or wherever, they will use it, and they will complain if they don't have any coupons in there. So just check out our ratings from the App Store, and you will know what I'm talking about. If you have a business model that relies on LBAs, it's important to get accurate information there, accurate information. When we tested different providers, we were in downtown Vienna, and one time the localization was in Romania somewhere, and that's just not acceptable. So you have to work on here, on this as well. Then last two, keep it simple. Keep it really simple, because your users will have to use the application and should use it, and it might be clear to you, but not clear to them, so keep it simple. And also you need to get in the mind of the consumers. Just launching an application is not enough. You have to really trigger the consumers to use the application and to repeat to use the application. That's the challenge. Thanks.